Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Shalom. All right, we the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked-ass nation known as Babylon the Great. All right, first and foremost, we want to give all the praise and glory unto Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash.
Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and most blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. All right, so today is July the 4th. You know, you got a lot of wicked spirits out today. You know, a lot of spirits out here to celebrate the so-called independence of this wicked-ass nation. All right, which really you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans should be celebrating this day, because during the so-called Independence Day, all right, when it was being celebrated, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were still under subjection under the Edomites, man. All right, y'all were still serving this so-called devil, man. All right, but we're gonna get into an article, all right, going into a prophecy that was given onto an Edomite, all right, through the spirit. You know, he
Could be a Jake.
could be a Jake, but you know, he looks like an Edomite, so we're just gonna go with that for now. You know, but this vision was given onto this man on July the 4th back in the 1950s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
All right. 1954 to be exact. Okay. And so we're gonna go into that today, and Lord's will, the Spirit is with us. Go ahead.
Con. It's called The Destruction of America by A.A. Allen's prophecy.
Hey, and that right there alone, that's a prophecy right there, man.
Yeah.
That gives you the gist of the article, man. And really, that's what the apostles on down have been preaching these last 30, 40 years, man. Okay? Talking about the destruction of this place, man. All right? Because this is ultimately what's happening. And this goes to show you, this is more confirmation, this article right here, this account, this goes to show you and give you more, clarification as to more proof that what the Bible is spoken of, what the Bible speaks of, and what the men of the Lord have been saying for all these years is to be true, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Con. It says, My Vision of the Destruction of America by A.A. Allen, July 4th, 1954.
I just want to make out one precept just to go to show you that, you know, like the elders say, sometimes the Heavenly Father will put a spirit on like a producer or like on a writer to write something that's correlated with the scripture. Like, was it Steven Spielberg who did Terminator 2? Sarah Connor, I forgot which one it was. It was one of them, right? So going back to this man's vision, this is Job chapter 30, verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. In other words, regardless of what you thought that you had planned for yourself, and like the Heavenly Father will send instructions down to you according to his will. So this man was sealed with instructions to come out with this book. All right, and it's going to correlate with the thing that's written inside the scriptures.
I got a quick precept to go with that, you know, because we've been in the last days, you know, since Yahushai, you know, left the scene, so to say. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
You said what?
Joel 2 and 28. Kind. This is Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And so if that dude was an Edomite, the scripture tell you that it's going to be all flesh. All right? And you remember that one dream that dude had, and he was in the hospital. He said he woke up, you know, I can't remember the details, but
Yeah. It was a brother's wife. She was a nurse.
Yeah. It says that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And that's what's taking place, man. And throughout the body of Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's showing visions, giving dreams unto certain men, and then he's giving these visions and dreams to other people, man. So they can't have no excuse in that day, man. Because the visions, even the Lord will give visions to who was it? Nebuchadnezzar. He had a dream. You know, the Lord, that was a sent from the Lord, and only one person could decipher it, man. Same thing with Joseph in the Pharaoh. Go ahead.
That's what I say, hey, and that's why the Lord do that, so what we the prophets can interpret it and show people people and explain them the interpretation of that dream. You know, that's our job.
Which exalts the Lord.
Exactly. You know, even your woman, you're supposed to break that dream down and what, and bring it forth to the congregation. You know, my woman had a dream and break it down. She ain't supposed to do it, but that's for you because you're the prophet.
Right.
The Lord, Amos 3:7, the Lord God will do not but reveal his secrets unto the servants of the prophets, man.
I got a precept to back you up. This is Daniel chapter 1, verse 20. It says, "And in all matters of wisdom and understanding, that the king inquired of them." I'm gonna start with verse 19. And the king commanded with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel and Hananiah and Mishael and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding, that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. And Daniel continued even unto the first year of King Cyrus.
So, oh yeah, I was going to say, yeah, see, and that's a prophet of the Lord that was set on top of all the magicians, and that shit don't hold a candle to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, so when you see brothers out here and they doing this in this kind of spirit, all right, this is actually of the Lord, all right, the one that the world calls God, and the Lord sent men out here to do this, and they interpret what's going on in the world. And yeah, and like the brothers are saying, the Lord will put a spirit on someone that's, you know, like another nation, you know, a woman, all right, to do these things. But like the brother was saying here, the spirit is on the men of the Lord to actually break these things down.
It's like certain of these truth speakers that we was watching the other day, AMT TV.
Okay.
Like they have, you know, the so-called conspiracy and synopsis about it. But what we as men of the Lord, we able to tell them like, yo, and tell them like the end game, the big picture, because like, yeah, this, you know, America is going to become this and this going to happen and that certain things going, this conspiracy, but ultimately we know what's going to happen because we the seers.
Right.
You know what I mean? They might have some kind of idea of certain conspiracies or things that's going to pop off, but ultimately we are the seers. We see the whole thing.
100% true.
You know what I mean?
And just to add on to what you're saying, that's why the scripture says the Lord God doeth nothing but he revealing his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. That's right.
And a lot of these things that were shown unto the prophets of old, they didn't understand it. But now it's the time for the understanding to come out. The seals have been loosed, man. Yahushua has loosened those seals. You know, Yahushua loosened those seals so that it can be understood. You know, so that's you know, just like heathen might have a dream. Well, these are visions. You go through the book of Revelation. That was a vision that John was receiving, but he didn't understand it. And now it's beginning with our apostles on down. It's the time to reveal it, so to say, and to give the understanding for it, man.
I got one.
Just like real quick, just like that dream that dude had in the 50s, man. It's relevant now, because the spirit of the Lord hopped on the apostles to bring it out, man. Go ahead.
All right, cool. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. That's where you're going?
Yeah.
Verse, I'll start at verse 2. That's where verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am saying. Verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay? You know, we're going to read on, but, you know, it says, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, so that he may run that readeth it. So now, these visions were made plain upon these tables, were written in this paper, okay? So what? So the prophets that are going to come afterwards, so, you know, us, Lord willing, we those men, all right? We run that readeth it, and those that we break it down to, they also run that hear these words, okay? You know, once they hear these words, it's like, man, that's got to be the truth. So it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we understand that these prophecies and these things, these visions that men are seeing, women even, children even, that are seeing these visions, we understand that they are set for an appointed time. The prophets of old, they have visions that were set for an appointed time, though it seems like it's taking a long time to be patient with it because it'll surely come.
Go ahead.
Because a lot of things that the prophets of old spoke about, you know, like Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, it was for a point in time. It wasn't during their lifetime, nor was it 2,000 years ago. It was for today.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, you got, all right.
This is 2nd Ezra 91, and he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Yeah, and we see part of the time. Read it again. Charlie, if you could. I want to catch something real quick.
It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the scriptures are that measuring stick. All right, that's why we know then that this article, what he's speaking about, is prophetic, because the scriptures is spoken of what this man is saying.
That's right, bro.
All right, so it says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, so the signs the Lord spoke through this man, and that was a sign.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this article was a sign of what was to come, along with the scriptures, or should I say that was along with the scriptures. All right, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. And the men of the Lord, like the brothers brought out, Amos 3:7, that's how you're going to understand, because you are a prophet of the Lord, and you're prophesying. All right. And it says, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Mm-hmm. And those are the times that we're in right now, because now we're starting to see signs of the times, all right, that they spoke about aforetime, and we're seeing them now, like we literally see them. We can see with our eyes, our regular physical eyes. We can see the signs. So this is clear indication that the Lord's about to visit the earth. All right, go ahead.
This is John 15:15. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. Right? And who's bringing this destruction? Who's bringing this turmoil? Who's bringing these plagues? The Lord.
That's the will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he let us know, like, yo, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to bring these plagues. I'm going to bring forth these things. But he let us know.
Yep.
The prophet, he let us know, man. So when we see certain people come with visions and dreams and testimonies of whatnot, he already revealed that unto us. Once again, pursuing Amos 3:7, he already done told us about them things, man. All right? It says, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you.
Hey, that's a cut.
You
So
know?
we have an unction to know all things. People say you don't.
That's why the apostles say we got 100% truth. You know? Because we know all things, man. As the scriptures said we would. Go ahead. Go ahead. Al.
Yeah, this is Luke chapter 12, and I'll start at verse 54. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it come to pass. Why, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?
That's all. Other Israelite camps and them fake pastors and preachers, then I come to spirit of Yahushua, spirit of prophecy, man.
Yeah, and it real quick, because it will look like you know, it's raining. You look at the clouds and you can tell, look, it's gonna rain, like the scripture said. All right, it's gonna rain, but you can't discern that through what the Lord told us that these things would be happening. You can't discern that we getting close to the end. Are we at the end of this thing? You can't do that. But you can look at the clouds and figure it's gonna. It's the same thing. It's a sign before it happens. You see the clouds, it rains. You see the signs, destruction's coming. You know.
Same thing. It's the weather radar.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
Con. All right, so it says, my vision of the destruction of America by A.A. Allen, July 4th, 1954, atop the Empire State Building. And it reads, as I stood atop the Empire State Building, I could see the Statue of Liberty, illuminating the gateway to the New World. Here spread before me, like an animated map, is an area 60 or 80 miles in diameter. I was amazed that the Spirit of the Lord, Yahushua, should so move me. There atop the Empire State Building, why should I feel such a surge of His Spirit and power there?
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah,
Do us a
start
favor.
over.
Read it again.
Yeah.
It says, as I stood atop the Empire State Building, I could see the Statue of Liberty, illuminating the gateway to the New World.
Yeah, and
And you gotta imagine that, man. You know, this vision here. You can see the Statue of Liberty standing tall, you know, illuminating the gateway to the new world, America. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's all symbolic and spiritual.
Yeah.
What this guy is receiving. He just like John the Revelator, he actually saw a woman, he actually saw a beast, but it's all symbolic. So this guy had a dream, and he described it what he saw, but it's symbolic.
Right.
There's a reason why he saw the Statue of Liberty, why he's on the Empire State Building. You know.
Here's spread before me like an animated map. It's an area 60 or 80 miles in diameter. I was amazed that the spirit of Yahweh Shai should so move me. There atop the Empire State Building, why should I feel such a surge of his spirit and power there? Giant telescope. Suddenly I heard the voice of the Lord. It was as clear as a distinct as a voice could be.
Yeah, and what do watchmen, they used to use not telescopes, but pretty much telescopes to see in the distance, you know, or like binoculars type shit, you know, so they could see what's coming from the horizon, you know.
It says it seemed to come from the very midst of a giant telescope, but when I looked at the telescope, I knew it hadn't come from there, but directly from heaven. The voice said,
That spiritual eye, man.
Yeah.
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to see. And understand what you're seeing.
But it's 7 eyes in Revelation. When it all seeing, where it said Yahushua, he had 7 eyes. I forget exactly what chapter is in Revelation.
It was going into the Lamb too.
Yeah, but he had 7 eyes.
Oh,
they all see.
Yeah. The eyes of the Lord are 10 times. 10 times.
Proverbs 15:3.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's why we say, hey, we are the real illuminators.
Yeah, kind of.
We
got
all
the
seen.
yeah, exactly. All seen eyes.
That's where they get that from the righteous.
Yeah, all that Masonic shit is from.
But they take it and they put a wicked vibration on it.
That's judgment. That's what that is. Somebody gonna get judged
But they take
tonight.
the righteousness and then they flip it.
Wickedness.
That's what they do.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the Masonic Bible, it goes into all that, and that's why they try to make 13 an unlucky number. And what's the highest degree of a Mason? 33 degrees. So they take everything from the Lord and just take it to the left hand side.
Because what he did his ministry at 30 years old.
33, yeah.
And at 33,
he was crucified at 33. And 13, he was the 13th one. You know,
Yeah.
you know, his 12 and the third and him was 13.
And 13 means rulership.
Yep. And I have it on my phone. Obviously, I can't pull it up, but I'll show you brothers. After camp, the order and shit, because old dude had the Masonic Bible, and I took pictures of it.
A long time ago. If you got it, show us.
Yeah, I got some. I think it was blue. I think it was blue. Yeah. It had definitions and everything. This shit was like this thick. Yeah. Yeah.
I had that book. That's great. Hey, but it says I'll read it again. Slucky. Yep. It says, but when I looked at the telescope, I knew it hadn't come from there, but directly from heaven. The voice said, 2 Chronicles 6.
Hey, it's the spirit of the elders were saying the Most High is mad with Israel right now. Look, they're speaking.
The voice said, 2 Chronicles 16:9. Damn.
Yeah, we're not.
For the eyes of Yahweh Shai run to and fro throughout the whole earth.
Yeah, just read it verbatim when you read it, Lord. Yeah.
Slack it.
Just so, yeah. Go ahead, though.
2 Chronicles 16:9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth.
Hey, we just got done speaking on that, you know. The Lord, the eyes of the Lord is greater than the sun. He sees everything, man.
To shew himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him.
Perfect towards him, and who's that? That's talking about the prophets, man. Because through all these things that happen, the prophets of the Lord, we see the power and might of Yahweh Shai because he has his hand in everything, man. You know. That's right, Bo. Go ahead.
It says, herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars.
From henceforth you shall have wars, man. And we're in that time in that Matthew 24 and 6, man.
Wars,
Wars and rumors of war, yeah. All right? Go ahead.
Con. Immediately, when I heard the voice of God, I knew this was a quotation of scripture.
That's hell.
There's ice falling. Kala Yabashima Shai.
Hey, bro, that's the first time I've seen that, bro. Hey,
That's nice, bro. Hell.
that's crazy. Hey,
It's right. It's hell. Oh, man. Hey, the Lord turned it up, man.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, look.
I get it.
Bro, this is Florida.
That's ice, bro. Wow. Ice. Straight in ice. Hell.
Come on.
Yeah.
I got you.
Let me grab it. Got it? Yeah. Shit. Didn't expect all that.
He ain't playing. Hey, I got you. Hey, bring it up. This is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 2. Behold, Bashir has a mighty and a strong one.
All right, it's time to go, brothers.
And